I want to tell you the fascinating tale of one of my favourite so-called difficult women from history, who went round destroying saloons with hatchets and rocks and became a figurehead for the prohibition movement. Back at the start of the 20th century, this 5'3", God-fearing, conservative but formidable late middle-aged woman was considered a folk hero to many and a menace to the alcohol industry. She went by the name of Mrs. Carrie Nation, but was referred to in the papers as the Saloon Smasher, the Kansas Cyclone and Hatchet Granny. She became famous for her hatchetations, as she called them, where she and her hatchet brigade, mostly Protestant middle-class women, would raid saloons in dry states, beginning in their home state of Kansas. There, they would destroy the place with rocks and hatchets and generally get away with it without being arrested. So what drove her to these acts of vandalism? Well, although she was deeply religious, she wasn't motivated by piousness, but more from seeing firsthand the destructive effects of alcoholism, including in her first marriage. She'd never been one to keep quiet, and once challenged a pastor mid-service after he had denounced a woman as an adulteress on the testimony of her alcoholic husband. Her defence of the woman was so passionate, the church elders tried to physically remove her from the church. She would also spend time praying with the men in the local jail, and there she would listen to their tragic stories. And almost all of them were there in some part because of the demon drink. Although this was before Prohibition, quite a few US states had already outlawed drinking, and Kansas had been dry for 20 years. When she managed to locate the establishment who had been selling drink to these men, she went to the authorities, but no one wished to act. So she started destroying these illegal bars, daring the authorities to either arrest her or close the saloons. Her actions and reputation soon spread outside of her county. After an arrest in Wichita, she memorably told the authorities, "You put me in here a cub, but I will go out a roaring lion, and I will make all hell howl." She died before Prohibition was passed into law, but not before she'd opened Hatchet Hotel, set up as accommodation for the wives and children of alcoholics and one of the earlier known women's refuges.